Some individuals can't explain why they make decisions like kid favoritism, so all they can do is try to stand up for the child they supported, which is precisely what my parents tried to do. And I've almost completely destroyed their lives as a result. Not in the legal sense, but rather in an emotional one. After kicking out my parents, brother and sister-in-law for attempting to force me to hand over my new house to my brother, I immediately took to social media to tell the entire family the story. It spread quickly, but you won't find it anymore because it was all erased some time ago, and I made my own profile private. I posted about it because I knew the first thing my family would do when they got home was try to alter the events to make me the villain. And I was precisely correct. But I had about an hour to get started before they arrived, and I had video evidence to back up my story about what they did. No, I don't intend to show the video here, so don't ask. Being proactive paid off since I quickly gained support from a large number of family members. My dad, brother and sister-in-law may have been planning their own post, but it was too late, so they didn't bother attempting to lie much. My dad, Jason and sister-in-law had a few flying monkeys to help them, but not much else. Many others already knew how entitled they were, so what happened was easily understood and accepted. There was one particular person who called me. I'm not sure who they were, but they told me I was a terrible brother and that I needed to make room for a real family man. I immediately hung up and blocked the number. This was not a rerun. After a week, my parents showed up with Jason on my front porch, just as they had promised in their previous ultimatum. They rang my doorbell repeatedly and hammered on the door until I replied. I opened it just a crack, and they tried to push their way back in, but I'd added a couple of latch chains to block it, and I even held myself against the door for good measure. My father and brother begged me to allow them in, but I refused, saying I was filming everything and would call the cops if they tried to break in again. My mother soothed them and then, in her sickly sweet tone, asked whether I was ready to let my brother move in. I instructed her and the rest of them to go and never return. My mother shed crocodile tears and questioned why I couldn't just do this for Jason, my loving brother. I smiled and frankly stated that I do not love him as a brother because he treated me like that for years, and they merely encouraged him to do so. They are bad parents, and he is an awful brother. Then I ordered them to leave or I'd contact the cops right away. They all went remarkably quickly, save for my mother's loud wailing and the others' ugly looks. One could argue that making them leave was disturbingly simple. I thought the whole thing was over, but maybe I should have taken them more seriously because they had other ridiculous intentions. I returned home later that week on Friday evening to discover a moving truck and my brother's minivan parked in my driveway. Jason and his family were moving things in. When I spotted him, he merely waved and gave me a eating grin. I was enraged and ordered him and the rest of his family to stop. But my sister-in-law smugly informed me that, like it or not, they were moving in. And then, in the most phony way, while leaning her head and puckering her lips, she added that